so many whoopies. It's making me confused. Hello everyone, my name is Casey Dreamer and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be making an anatomically correct Enderman Lab, which was suggested by a viewer named Phil S. Thank you so much for the suggestion. The blocks we're going to be using to build this Enderman is black wool, black concrete, pearlescent frog lights, and purple concrete. The block the Enderman is going to be holding is going to be a pumpkin, which is going to be made out of orange terracotta, red sandstone, orange concrete, orange wool, and orange concrete powder, as well as yellow terracotta, yellow wool, and stripped dark oak. The glowing eyes of the pumpkin are going to be made out of ochre frog lights and orange stained glass paint. Now, without further ado, let's jump into a time lapse.
Here comes, thank heaven, another enemy.
Alright, that's the exterior of the Enderman complete. I really am really happy with how the pumpkin turned out. It took me a while to figure out the block palette for the pumpkin because even though we've got a ton of orange blocks, there really aren't that many the blocks that we have available aren't exactly the same color as the actual pumpkin. So figuring out how to make it look right without it looking too weird was a little difficult, but it looks amazing. I also added a bit of an entrance here and the foot of the Enderman, and it's just a bubble vader, which is a little ironic, but it goes up into the main body of the Enderman, up right into here. This particle effect is being caused by a bunch of ender chests underneath carpet, which I was really happy with. Up here, you've got the interior of the head and the eyes. I plan on adding a nether portal and replacing nether portals for the eyes. And I'm also planning on adding an ender pearl heart here. So I'll get back to you when I've done some more of that. Alright, so I tried a couple different variations for the ender pearl. And this is the one that I ended up with. I tried getting the conduit to work, but there just wasn't enough space to activate the conduit so that it would do what I wanted it to do. I also tried an end crystal, but it's a 4x4 space, so it was offset, and that really was bugging me. So instead I ended up filling the center with this shulk, and it does a really nice job of adding that kind of dark, mystical abyss kind of a look that you get at the center of the ender pearls. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. Moving on, I'm going to add the portal here and the brain to the head. This shouldn't be too hard at all. I'm just going to pop a portal in right here and pop out the eyes. Whoop. There. Oh, it even has all of the particles. That's awesome. Look at that. That looks amazing. Just looks really cool. And if you're good with flying, you can even fly up into the end instead of using the entrance at the bottom. You can fly in through the eyes. All right, so I added a chute here, and you can just drop down. and it leads to a little walkway and into the pumpkin. I'm planning on putting a pumpkin farm in here and then having some farmer villagers somewhere in the base that you can trade to get emeralds, which you can then trade for with a cleric to get ender pearls. Let's jump right into it. Alright, that's the pumpkin farm made. I followed a tutorial by Kmond, which I'll leave a link to down in the description. I changed the design slightly by making it stacked, but the base design is the same. I've actually never made a pumpkin farm, like an automatic pumpkin farm before, so I made some mistakes at the beginning and had to restart, so that's why the time lapse is a little off. Starts kind of in the middle. Just have the pumpkins, once they've grown, they get pushed out into this water stream, flow down here, and into this chest, which I just now realized you can't open. Now you can open it. There! Which we have no pumpkins yet because nothing has grown. I'm also planning on adding some modules here for some farmer villagers, which you can trade the pumpkins for, to get emeralds, and possibly a bit of a nicer storage system maybe over here so that we can store the emeralds and the pumpkins as they come in. All right, so I made the villager trading area with them in their little glass cubicles. You come up here, you can trade with them up here, and they all have the pumpkin trade. I also set up this storage system here. You can put your items in this chest here and it will dispense up into the system. Let me grab some pumpkins or something. Emerald. Let's grab some emerald. Let's say we just did some trading and now we've got a bunch of emeralds to put away. We can just dump them in the chest here. It will pop them into this water stream and they will slowly go up here, up through the water stream, and it'll float up and float down there. This storage system only stores emeralds and pumpkin, so if you put anything in the stream that isn't an emerald or a pumpkin, it will get stuck and just despawn. I might add a disposal system, but this is supposed to be very basic and isn't meant to be anything complicated. So if I added a disposal, it would go like right here. And if we come down here and we look in this chest, there's all the emeralds. And this is way more storage for emeralds than you would ever need. But it's there. It's what it is. This here is also the pumpkin farm. You can see it's working. You've got some pumpkins in here that have slowly been trickling in. And it's just nice. I'm probably going to come back here and decorate a little more when I get to the decorating phase, but for now, I'm going to head back to the main room of the Enderman and get to work on the brain and some of the other decorations in that area. Alright, so this is the brain. I made these observation windows here, and I'm planning on putting kind of like these rows of like test tubes along the side here that kind of hook up to the brain and maybe also down to the heart down there. And the test tubes are going to function as ender porters. So if this is in a survival world, you can put your ender pearl in there and then trigger a switch probably in here, maybe? Or maybe out here, but you can trigger a switch and then get teleported back to this place. I'm also planning on putting some more glass cubicles with villagers somewhere around here so that you can trade for ender pearls. Alright, so I've made the ender pearl trading section. If you come up here, I still haven't like made it like all of these different sections accessible to each other. I'm going to do that when I decorate. But if you come up here, there are 4 different trading stations. 2 of them sell ender pearls, this one and one of them over there, and 2 of them sell bottles of enchanting. I wish the clerics were wearing like lab coats. That would be really cool. And the ender porters are now complete. If you just take a look out here, there's 4 stasis chambers, all hooked up to the brain. I currently am linked up to all of these, but if you put this in your world, you can link up whoever you want to these. And then you come in here, you flip the switch, and then boom. And then to reset, you just have to flip the switch again, get a new pearl, and ooh, just like that. Now I'm going to do a little bit of decorating and connect all of these different platforms and areas together, and then I'm going to come back to you with the grand tour. See you then!
Here comes, thank heaven, another enemy.
And that's Ender Labs. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed making this. I left a little bit of a surprise in the video. There are 13 hidden grass blocks. Let me know if you can find all of them. I left a world download in the description, and so you guys can check this out for yourself. And thanks again to Phil S. for the suggestion. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and comment down in the description what you thought. And until next time, don't forget to just keep dreaming. Bye! So many Endermen. Blah, 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 blah.